Oh, I think that looks perfect. What do you think? There you have it, a no-bake lemon slice. Hey everyone, welcome back to my little kitchen. So today we are baking a very special recipe indeed called citrus slice. When I was a little girl back in the day when they had tea rooms rather than cafes, I would always go in with my mum. I was so fussy, still am, and all I would have is a little savoury mince pie and a slice of citrus slice. Now I usually make this with lemon juice and orange juice just to balance those flavours. Today I'm just using a lemon because my dad arrived the other day with a massive box of lemons, so I'm using all my lemons to create my favourite recipes at the moment. Now it's really simple. It's a no-bake slice, really quick to whip up. First of all, in here I have already blitzed the biscuits. So I've used my Ninja Bullet thing, whatever it's called today. You could use a food processor or just get a big bag and bash them with a rolling pin just till you get a fine crumb. The biscuits I have used, now in New Zealand we call these a super wine biscuit or vanilla wine. Overseas I know they're known as a rich tea biscuit, a Marie biscuit. You could use arrowroots. In the States maybe a graham cracker. Are they kind of sweet? So that's the sort of thing you're after, something like this. So blitz that all up. So then I'm going to add the ingredients into these biscuits. So I've got a cup here of desiccated coconut. Coconut gives it a lovely flavour. If you are absolutely against coconut, feel free to leave it out. I know that's one of the questions I'm going to get asked. And then I'm going to add to this half a tin of sweetened condensed milk. It's around 190 grams. I'm going to add 100 grams of melted butter. I have zested in a lemon before I did this, so I'm going to add half the lemon to the base, lemon zest, sorry, and half the lemon zest to the icing. So again, if you were using orange, you would just simply combine the two. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of some lemon juice that I squeezed before, and then mix it all together. Okay, so we'll set that aside. I have prepared a tin here earlier. The smaller your tin, the thicker your slice will be. So I'm just going to pop the mixture in here now. Okay, and then we'll just press it down nice and firmly into the corners. It has been so lovely to hear from so many people all over the world watching these little videos. I'm trying really hard not to think about it because otherwise I'll freak out and stop doing them. But it is really lovely. Yes, I have an accent, or no I don't, depending on where in the world you are. I don't think I have an accent, but I appreciate for some of you it's a bit tricky to pick up some of my words, and I'm well aware that Kiwis have some pretty weird phrases as well, so you might pick those up from time to time. So I'm just going to get my fingers in there now and press it in properly. My hands are clean. Okay, so I think I've got that pretty well pressed down now and nice and even, so it looks just like that. Now I'm going to pop this in the fridge, and then I'm going to prepare the lovely citrus icing to go on top of it. I don't sift much when I bake, but I do like to sift icing sugar, because there's nothing worse than getting to the end of making your icing sugar and you simply cannot get those lumps out. So we will quickly sift this through. I also feel like I've just inhaled quite a bit of icing sugar in that process, so that was a treat. Okay, then we're going to add to this the remainder of our zest, a tablespoon, or I think about 12-14 grams of butter. So just gently stir that through just to disperse the zest throughout it. And then we're going to add our lemon juice just a little bit at a time. So I'll start off with about a tablespoon and a half. And I'm going to stir that through and just continually check the consistency of that. And then just add just a tiny little sort of droplet each time. If you add too much, you can always just add more icing sugar. It is no problem at all. I do it all the time. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that, sort of that consistency where it's going to plop off the end of the spoon. I'm going to grab the slice out of the fridge now and pop this on. Okay, so this has been chilling for a little bit, and now we're going to spread the icing on top of that. And grab your knife and just spread it all around. Make sure I've grabbed a spoon. It's just a bit easier in a deeper tray to spread it right to the corners. Okay, and then once it's to all the corners and spread as easily as you can, give it a little jiggle. Okay, so here it is. So after a little wiggle and jiggle, it is ready to go in the fridge. I quite like, again, if you're a coconut lover, if you're not, omit this step, look away. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of coconut over the top, just to make it look pretty and finish it off nicely. Pop this on before the icing sets, otherwise it will simply sit on top and make your life very difficult, and you'll possibly inhale it when you go to bite into it. There you have it. I'm going to pop it in the fridge now for anywhere between sort of 3 hours to overnight will be perfect before you slice it. You want it to be chilled right the way through, and then I will show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so here we go. It is lovely and set. It has been in the fridge for most of the day. Fingers crossed it is set. There you have it, a no-bake lemon slice. You can easily make it a orange and lemon slice. That is absolutely delicious, if I do say so myself. I hope you try this recipe. As always, check out justamumnz.com. Otherwise, click on the link. Otherwise, Google me. There's no excuse not to find my recipes. And thank you so much for following along. Happy baking!